It was a name that sounded so sweet, so seductive. Synonymous with worth, style, power. But their name was a curse too.
A scene from Gucci, The House of Gucci, a movie that's in theaters as of today. So much anticipation about this film for all sorts of reasons. One is the cast. Lady Gaga, Adam Driver. Yes, that was Al Pacino right there going on. Oh my goodness, it's all in there. The story of the fabled Italian fashion house. And Eli is here with his review for us this week. May I say, Eli, looking sartorially resplendent for you. You're doing the job today. You answered the call.
Every now and then you take off the jogging pants and you try to rise to the occasion, Heather. Thank you very much.
Today's the day. Okay. Tell us about
Gucci
the story
on a public
here.
broadcasting budget. So, as you mentioned, I mean, you look at the fashion on display and just that trailer. Fans have been waiting for this film ever since we first saw the photos of Lady Gaga in those 80s-tastic fashions on set, the blown-out hair and all the rest. So this film is actually based on a true story, beginning with Gaga as Patricia Reggiani, working in the office of her father's trucking company. We're in Italy. It's the 1970s. Not exactly a glamorous start, but Patricia, there she is. She has a hunger. She has this desire. And one night on the dance floor at the disco, she shimmies her way into her method to start climbing that social ladder. His name is Maurizio. He is tall. He is lanky. He is somewhat shy. He's played by Adam Driver. And yes, he is very nicely dressed because his last name is Gucci. He thinks she looks like Elizabeth Taylor. Lust is in the air. But as they get married, now that Maurizio is married to the lower class daughter of a trucking tycoon, well, that puts him on the outs with his father, Rodolfo, the ailing king of Gucci, played by Jeremy Irons. Now, Maurizio may have some hesitation, but that is not something that is part of Patricia's character. She is pushing for him to get not just back into the family, but to save their company. Let's take a listen.
It's time to take out the trash.
They're my family.
So am I.
You picked a real firecracker.
She's a handful.
Bravo.
So we start to get a sense of this gnarled fashion family tree. Al Pacino as Aldo Gucci, the brother of Rodolfo, more of the kind of the head for business of this fashion empire. Then there's his own son, Paolo, the black sheep of the family, except this black sheep wears lilac-colored corduroy suits. Now, Paolo considers himself a designer, an artist, and he has his own radical ideas to change the direction of Gucci. Now, his son may think he's an idiot, but here's the thing, Heather. He has shares, and Patricia wants that leverage. So here she is flattering him with his ideas.
Paolo, why don't you have your own line?
These are just mock-ups. I can't afford to get serious.
With your gift and your talent and your vision, are you kidding? Gucci needs no blood. Goodbye 1930s. Hello 80s. Huh?
By the way, that is under 6 hours of prosthetics, Jared Leto. 6 hours every day to transform him into Paolo.
Really? I was wondering who that was. I was rather transfixed by Al Pacino, kind of looking very Don Corleone now, but
Yes,
very unusual. I mean, okay, it's an interest, as you said, great stars, interesting story, very well-known name. What did you think overall about how it comes all together?
Well, I think by now we can agree this is not exactly a documentary. We have Lady Gaga and her Olive Garden Italian accent, Milan by way of Moscow. I mean, she has a presence. It's not exactly a subtle performance, which would be fine if this was camp, and that's kind of what I was expecting. I wanted the Boogie Nights of the fashion world. What I got instead was this scheming soap opera that runs 2 hours and 38 minutes, this limp lifestyles of the rich and fashionable. And you know what was missing from the House of Gucci? Fashion! There's a scene where Paulo presents his radical new designs. I was sitting there straining to look at the illustrations. They never showed them. The director is Ridley Scott, and I think he's so enamored by his actors. He missed what makes the source material so special. And I don't say this very often, but sometimes it's okay to be superficial. It's Gucci, baby. Dazzle me with the music, the atmosphere, the shiny surfaces. Instead, we get Gaga as this high heels schemer, while Adam Driver as Maurizio takes 2 hours to discover his spine. So this is unfortunately one of those cases where there's a bit of a false promise in that trailer, and I give this 3 stars out of 5.
3? Well, you understood the assignment. You brought it today. I give you 5 stars for all of that. Kind of disappointed that it's not better, the movie, based on what you're thinking, but thanks, Eli. Great to see you.
You're welcome.